Samsung. We are your panelists. My name is Vil, this is Jaeger, Riku,
Hello.
and Asarai.
Hey.
We have a new set of exciting matches for today for the APAC Regional Finals, so let's check it out. For the first game, it's going to be MVP Space and Detonation Gaming Team, Mineski versus Alter Ego, Ace White versus Kongju Pantera, last Team Hexa versus Kongju Unchia. And next, the rules. Alright, so best of 3 rounds, and all rounds will be played in competitive mode. For the rewards, if you qualify to the Grand Finals in London, you will get $40,000, $20,000, $10,000, and $5,000. All in all, $75,000. Alright, so we have an announcement to make because the first game, just MVP Space and Detonation Gaming 2, will not push through because MVP Space doesn't have enough players to play. So congratulations to Detonation Gaming Team because you will advance tomorrow on the second day. And next game, it will be Mineski versus Alter Ego. Alter Ego is one of the best Australian teams in their country, and of course Kura, the captain. Let's see if he can lead his team way to victory. For Mineski is one of the most established team here in the Southeast Asia, and of course Jesse Vash with a deadly Zarya with his on-point Graviton Surges, topped up with Khaled Bolts, McCree, and Reaper to clean the mess.
Look at the amount of information he has on Mineski, because it is a Philippine team. We are Filipino casters, so yeah. Let's try not be biased here, Bill.
I don't think it'll be biased.
Yeah,
it's
I
just
don't
gonna be
think so.
more of like we know a little bit more information on
Yes, of
Mineski,
course.
as
Sure,
opposed to
yeah.
other teams.
Yeah, all right, yeah, all right.
Sorry about that.
Of course. No, I'm only joking. Yeah. I feel like Alter Ego, they do stand a very strong chance though, because you don't get to the top in Australia by being, a pushover. Alter Ego, we've seen them play some games. On the competitive scene, I haven't seen them that often, but playing on their own, I've followed a couple of streams and they play really well. The communication is there. They utilize the Zenyatta so well. It's the focusing Discord orb. They say, okay, we'll Discord that guy. Everyone focus fire on that Discord, and as well as the communication is so clear with these guys. They can on occasion get a little bit tilted every now and then. You can hear it in their voices, but they keep it going.
Yeah, that's true. I kind of agree with you there, Jaeger. They're not very reliant on with the Ana comp. They can also do the standard or the classic Lucio Zenyatta, and they're the team where one of their players none of them actually really shines, but they shine as a team. Although we gotta watch out for Solo, since he's a really good Reaper. As for Mineski, just as Bill said, the star players would definitely be Khaled Bolg and Jesse Vash as their DPS, and sometimes we'll see Jesse Vash, I think, on a Roadhog, perhaps?
Yeah.
On a Roadhog.
Actually, I think Khaled Bolg is the one.
Khaled Bolg is a Roadhog
mains
player.
the Roadhog.
So I'm really looking forward to this match, since I haven't seen, these two teams duke it out just yet.
Yeah, for me, it's gonna be a clash of playstyle, or at least strategy here, because if you look at it, Alter Ego, I think 3 or 2 of their players came actually from an Australian team called Bumblechalks. They're under, like Vil said, under leadership of Kura, who is a support main, as opposed to what Mineski has, who is their leader, is, I believe, Khaled Bolg. He's going to be the shot caller, or either that or Jesse Vash, which is actually a DPS main. So you can actually see like he's going to be working 2 roles at the same time, being as much damage heavy for his team, plus doing the strats for his team, strats for his teammates, and then on the opposite side for Alter Ego, it's going to be Kura watching everything from behind as a support, healing his teammates from a very safe place, and then just coordinating his teammates from a much more, I think, less pressure standpoint.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
for Mineski, also to remind everybody, recently they released an announcement looking for a 6th player.
Yeah, 6 man, because they lost their support Zargorp.
So I believe it's more of how they will make this work in such a short span of time in practicing with this new support player in their hands, which I believe is Joran.
Yeah, because if you look at it, you already said like Alter Ego has a good classic Zenyatta Lucio. Mineski also had that with Zargorp being the main Zenyatta, but at the same time, now that they kind of lost, not that they lost Zargorp, and Joran is going to be their other support player, does he actually play a good Zenyatta, or does he play the new Ana, you know, being able to nano boost and just coordinate better with their frontline super locks on his Reinhardt? We'll just have to see how Mineski will adjust to this, and then how Alter Ego, supposedly almost a new team, like they're around 2 months old. They started around August 2016, so they're still kind of maybe getting their gears in motion together, but we'll just, again, like have to see in this best of 3 between against Mineski.
For Alter Ego as well, you said to watch out for Solo. You also have to look out for Vitania, because he
Oh,
has
yeah.
very good aim on that McCree. Both Solo and Vitania can actually play Tracer. They actually switch out depending on who's better for the situation. Vitania's Tracer is for the quick poking onto tanks, get that quick damage going, and for Solo, it's constant damage onto everybody, because he also goes as Genji as well.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see that. It's interesting to when you see 2 DPS that can both switch to the Tracer. I believe it's Solo who goes for the Reaper as well.
And
Yeah.
Genji, I believe.
Yeah, and Genji, and it's Vitania that was just the Tracer and McCree, and the Sniper as well. So
Yeah. So this
There you go.
matchup is pretty much like battle of the DPS, like who gets to clean the most, and which tank or which team gets to follow up their attacks.
Yeah, Alter Ego, I think might actually have like a smaller head onto this one, because if you look at it from the previous matches, like in the previous tournaments that both of them have joined, Mineski has always been like only first tier in terms of the brackets, or maybe in second tier, but now they kind of reached here into MGA even against some stronger opponents. And actually, another fact, if you actually check out the brackets for MGA Asia, Alter Ego were the one who actually removed the other Philippine team, Imperium Pro team,
Imperium
and
Pro team.
IPT was also the one who was supposed to be the better team against Mineski.
Wow. So wait,
That's a
how
lot of
old is
info.
Mineski again as an Overwatch team?
they are just as old as Overwatch. The Overwatch scene was. I don't know if Khaled Bolg actually played during the beta.
Before, they weren't called Mineski, they were called Anbu.
Oh yeah,
Anbu,
they were
yeah.
Anbu before.
Anbu,
I remembered. They've been joining other C tournaments, I believe, under the name Anbu before.
Yeah.
So I guess the players will be familiar once you guys have seen them play later on.
In terms of map picks, I'm not sure what they're going to go for. In terms of King of the Hill, Alter Ego have expressed their own disadvantage when it comes to Alter Ego. When it comes to King of the Hill, because in each of the King of the Hill maps, especially Lijiang Tower, they have not mastered each of the map control points. So that would be a good thing for Mineski to capitalize on if they could get one King of the Hill map in there. When it comes to payload and it comes to the hybrids, Alter Ego do a really, really good job.
Yeah.
Especially with the help from the Zenyatta.
One of the maps I think that Mineski would actually want if it does push to a King of the Hill, but I think like first and second map would be mostly payload or hybrid. It's gonna be Lijiang Tower, because if I remember correctly, I did cast them before. It was with you, I believe. They always almost would want to pick Lijiang Tower just because they really like that high ground on one of the instances of Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, I think it's Jussie Vash on the McCree.
Yeah, dropping Jesse Vash ultimate on the
Yeah.
Deadeye.
Wait, it was me and you that casted that?
I can't remember. It was either you and me
Jealous?
or me and Riku.
Yeah, it could be.
No
It could be
worries,
any.
man.
It could be any. But yeah, Jussie Vash on the McCree is gonna be super scary. But then again, just as you said earlier, Vitania on the McCree is also as effective. But I'm just so excited to see, because I haven't seen these teams in the latest tournament. So yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
and
see.
this is like the region wherein Diva is part of the meta. Or
Oh, yeah, that's
is
true.
a niche pick for some of these teams. Mostly the Korean teams.
Koreans love
Yeah.
Diva.
So apparently we have 4 Korean teams, 1 Vietnamese, 1 Filipino, and
One
Australian.
1 Australian.
Yeah.
Wow.
Japanese as well.
What do you think Koreans like Diva?
Because she's from Korea.
Yeah.
All right.
She was a StarCraft player.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are no Filipino characters as well, so.
Alright, so let's check out the maps for today. Alright, so it's gonna be Iconwald, Lijiang Tower, as you said, and Dorado for their last match.
Can I just say, in our country, if you see something favorable to us, we call it beautiful.
Beautiful.
I'm just gonna say that one time.
All
Sorry.
right.
Do you want...
So yeah, we guessed it. We knew it was going to be the Lijiang Tower, so that should be in the favor of Mineski. Now, it's going to be a payload for Iconwald, which means I feel like Alter Ego they could take that map. Mineski, they're no pushover, but neither is Alter Ego. And as I said earlier, when it comes to payloads, Alter Ego, they do sort of have an edge. And we'll just have to see how it goes. The third map being Dorado could pose a problem if it does go into 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine though from Mineski if they're gonna be on the defending side. Jesse Vash most likely will play a Mei.
He's a flex
For
pick, so he can
me-
play
Yeah.
almost anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, Zarya.
I actually
Zarya Mei.
would want to see him on the McCree, but then Humi is actually also a good McCree player, plus Khaled Bulk can DPS or even use a Roadhog. So if ever the situation isn't in their favor in terms of like who is the DPS, they can immediately switch up. So that's a lot of compatibility
Yeah,
or
that's true.
versatility
Yeah, that's true.
that Mineski has.
It's all about the flexibility on
Yeah.
how can you adapt on the situation.
Yeah, I think Mineski has a lot of comps in their hands if something doesn't work or they can't break the defense of Alter Ego.
Yeah, not much info on Eichenwald though for Mineski.
Mineski.
I think it might actually be Alter Ego's map here because
If it's, I mean, I'm sure that was their pick.
Yeah.
So probably is their map. Probably they're most confident on that map. But you wouldn't choose it if you weren't confident.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus, it's one of the new ones, so maybe they're like betting that Mineski hasn't practiced
Practice
it.
that much, considering that they do have a new member
Yeah.
on their. I think it's only been a week since Joran.
I think even less than a week.
Less
Less
than a
actually.
week.
Most likely 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah.
So, that's I think a bit of a disadvantage in terms of like synergy, and compared to what do you call this? What Alter Ego has. I believe you said that they have members from another team,
Yeah.
and they just recently picked them up for themselves. So,
Can you imagine the pressure coming out of that?
oh,
Imagine,
that guy.
yeah, like for
Mineski.
Joran, you're the support, so you're already going to get blamed if you lose. Never mind
I don't
being the new player.
I don't think it's gonna be like that if it's a pro team.
Knowing them, they're not like
I'd
that
be like
at all.
that.
Yeah.
I'd turn to John and be like, we lost because of you.
Where was my sound barrier?
Where was my sound
said you could
barrier,
heal me.
Joran?
Where was
was the
my
sleep
harmony? Yeah.
It's also gonna be curious though, because Alter Ego before their roster right now consists of Phantom, Instaz, Kura, Joyboy, Vitania, and Solo. Vitania and Solo are gonna be the main DPS, but then Joyboy, who is their tank right now, also can actually play a really good tracer. So
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, they can actually mix it up if ever
With the roles.
Vitania or Solo are not feeling up to it. Maybe Joyboy can switch up, and then Vitania or Solo can actually play tank. You never know.
Oh yeah, that's true. They can do the 3-3. Although, just as we said earlier, they're not the team to be super reliant on the Ana comp. So we'll see if they're really stubborn.
Yeah.
If NIP is stubborn with their 3-3, they might be stubborn with their Lucio Zenyatta one.
Yeah, but Kuro can play an Ana when needed. I've seen it happen recently.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, when they played against Team Skyfire.
Yeah, Kura, as I've observed, has really good position. Kind of hard to catch off guard if they want to do a pick onto the healer. So Mineski should really watch out for that.
Yeah.
The strats employed by Alter Ego, I've not seen them play Reaper as often as they play the Genji and the Tracer, or the Tracer and the McCree. They like to go for the Graviton Surge, and then go for the Big Bang, or they go for the pull and then the McCree ult. Which I don't like to see the McCree ult with that, just because the Reinhardt shield is such a pain to get past.
Yeah, that's
Sufficient
true.
enough to actually block all of that damage.
But yeah, that's not what we've seen so far. Normally, what we're seeing is it's the Beyblade coming in, it's the 3 tanks, 1 DPS or 1 Mei, and then the 2 supports. But not for Alter Ego, not for Mineski.
So let's start off as Mineski and Alter Ego will be playing in Eichenwald. Mineski's rundown of players here will be Khaled Bulk, Zyreal, Humi, Superlocks, Jesse Vash, and Joran.
Meanwhile, for Alter Ego, that's Phantom, Instaz, Kura, Vitania, Joyboy, and Nectar.
Ooh, Nectar. Is he one of the players that we actually spotted out? No.
No, it looks like a...
Solo isn't playing for
Solo.
Alter Ego.
Yeah, looks like it. So that's going to be another alter to the team dynamics of their team.
Alter to the ego.
Okay.
Oh man, I think I could see like in my peripheral vision Jaeger's.
I did not
cringing.
mean that. For some reason, I found the word alter in front of me and I just used it.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, she has a thesaurus in front of her.
Yeah. So points here to be noted when you do play Eichenwald. is that you can actually have 3, maybe 4 positionings as a team on defense. It's
Yeah.
either you immediately halt the attacking team in front or under the bridge, or you actually play around that mini hotel or inn that's behind the payload,
Yeah.
and as well as maybe a little bit pushed under the near the gate.
Yeah, that's true. And to counter this, mostly we find just, forcing your way in or get high ground control with the Farm Mercy combo
Yeah.
to just separate the position of the opposing side. But then I can we all spotted a Pharah, so that could be a possibility. I mean, at compositions, it's not necessary to have a Farm Mercy. It's also okay to have that Pharah, just so that you can separate them and then just let the Ana heal from afar. But then, yeah, it just all depends on Alter Ego and whether they want to just keep that Pharah for that 1 point alone.
Yeah, I think like one of the most standards, if you do see like your defending team immediately will be blocking you underneath the bridge, is just to use that, like you said, Pharah already for area combo, and then you don't really have to push with the Pharah when you're on. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, like I said again, the Pharah is just gonna be there for the initial point, and then when you're successful, the payload is gonna be pushing. You switch up to your main to your regular hero, and then just work your way up to the second point, and then the third.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, what I've noticed so far, when you see the Pharah defense or the Pharah attack on the on Eichenwalde, it's you never go into that initial push. Is rarely you're attacking with the Pharah. It's normally that second point you go with the Pharah, which is when the defending team switch to a Widowmaker or they have a McCree open to take the Pharah down. But I've never seen it happen that it was a Pharah versus Pharah in that first battle. Like, I've never seen an aerial battle happen.
I believe I've seen it before. It was FaZe versus. It was a Pharah, where Shadowburn was one of the Pharah players.
Okay,
Yeah.
how did that go for the attacking side?
I can't remember. I have a shoddy
It all
memory.
depends on your accuracy, though.
Yeah.
It does depend on that. As well as you saw as they were going for the defense, Mineski didn't have the Roadhog going with them, which if they do happen to go for the for a Pharah, because you see the thing is with that initial push, you'll have the Reinhardt going forward, yeah. So you can get onto that top bridge, and then you've got a view of everyone from behind that Reinhardt shield, which the Roadhog can immediately capitalize on. But you didn't see the Roadhog coming out from them, so I'm not sure what the strat's going to be here.
Yeah, I don't see a Mei either. So even though the Pharah manages to get past that point, I mean, the Mei wall would be really important just to deny that follow-up from the other team. Unless, they do have their own Mei just so that they can have, a boost.
Is Calidball feeling on point tonight? He's gonna play a defensive Genji here right off the bat.
That reminds me so much of Shadowburn. When there was a time that he doesn't care, it's like offense or defense, he just played Genji. That's how confident he was. So Calidball on the defense Genji here. So doing the 2-2-2. Quite standard. Meanwhile, for Alter Ego, they'd be using the Ana and Lucio combo for themselves. An enemy Genji on their side. And it's going to be a Winston, so that's pretty scary to me.
Winston Zarya combo, very good at pushing away these certain hold points for the defending team. You can see that Alter Ego gonna try to force their way in. Joyboy playing on his Winston. Well, Jesse Vash is gonna try to stack up some percentages here.
Yeah, that is true. 30% already for Calibog. Meanwhile, Alter Ego, 2 people down. Meanwhile, Nectar will just follow through. Calibog with some free hits at the bathroom. No one is actually putting
Vitania.
pressure onto him.
Nice clutch, I believe, rewind there as Calibog dashes through. He immediately activates it and then survives from the clutches of the damage of Calibog. But Nectar, immediately being insta-give there, wasn't able to get away from Jesse Vash, and then that kind of like mitigated a lot of the offense heroes here from Alter Ego.
In terms of nano boost control, percentages, obviously Kura is a bit behind. Oh, slowly catching up, actually. Zyril will need to charge that up just in time. 87% onto Joran, almost falls there, but then a really good heal boost. And then Alter Ego failing again on their second attack.
Vitania is really good there. You can actually see he was able to kill Calidbog in a 1v1. But Mineski here, what you can actually see them doing is Superlux and Humi is a 2-man death squad. Whenever Alter Ego push in, it's going to be Superlux and Humi who will just, block the other pushing members and then try to split the forces of Alter Ego. It kind of worked out well, but now Alter Ego pushing in with some ultimates.
Oh wow, Death Blossom will kill 3 people there. Homie, really good one. That's gonna be a team kill for Mineski. Wow.
Yeah, I believe it is pronounced who? Me?
Humi? Okay.
Yeah.
Humi. Humi then.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Calibol.
It's W home. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. I actually thought it was home. The first time I casted Mineski, it was home.
All right.
I kept calling him home. But now, Alter Ego switching up to Kura on a Mercy.
Yeah, that is so weird. They just walk right into it. Nectar activating the Dragon's Blade. That's going to be the Big Bang. Eliminating 3 targets there from Alter Ego. 3. Meanwhile, that's going to be 4 casualties for Alter Ego. Mineski lives and defends another day.
Yeah, Alter Ego, they're kind of successful in a way. Their execution could use some work, but then if Humi and Calibol don't die together, okay.
The weirdest part of Alter Ego switching up to the Pharah Mercies is that they walked. They walked. They didn't use the high ground control. They didn't fly at all. They just walked under that arc, and then they just died. So it was a weird, a weird strat. You just tried to ram their way. They did not use the Pharah Mercy combo well.
Humi's finally shut down there, but Calibol is still alive on the point, I believe. Oh no, it's just gonna be Joran, and they have now taken control of this payload. Calibol gonna try to maybe delay. Doesn't have his ultimate just yet. He's gonna be clambering over the wall there and shifts up into the point, using himself as the body blocker with the Zarya shield. And look at that, he's dealing the damage. Double kill right for him. Joybo shuts him down. Nectar is still dealing damage from high above, but you can see that out from the sidelines, Zyro gonna be boosting up Jesse Vash, or at least giving the heal to Jesse Vash, and then Joran actually eats or gets the nano boost, and still Alter Ego will get the first payload.
Wow, I really thought that they would deny and get a good foothold again onto their defense and deny that payload take, but looks like Alter Ego, after attack, they managed to secure the point, but then it was 1 minute left, so that's a good job for Mineski for denying and delaying more time. Calibol.
Zyril Calibol combination, getting the kill there. Shutting down Nectar, swatting down the fly. Still, Alter Ego do have control of the payload, and they will keep pushing and pushing until Mineski tries to stop it. Superlux is here. There's a bomb. Puts quite a bit of damage onto him. Backstab by Vitania, but then going for that Graviton Surge comes Jesse Vash. 1 kill for Humi. He's looking for more though, but forces him to go Wraith form. Calibol is there. But here on top is going to be Kura. He's going to be setting up a Resurrect, and there you go. It's going to be his team alive from the damage of Mineski. Justice does rain from above, but the Joe Run ultimate keeping Mineski alive for the meantime. Vitania sets up a double kill, but Calibog has his blades out, and he is getting the double kill himself as well.
Too bad. I mean, that Pulse Bomb was actually really great. Plus, the Earth Shatter as well. It didn't work out so well because Calibog did have his Dragon's Blade available. So it kind of countered the push of Alter Ego, buying a lot of time again after the bridge. The bridge phase is quite difficult to get past from, or this choke point right here.
Hammer down, and behind is Superlux. He's going to be angry with the ultimate as well as the nano boost. Boosted up onto him. He gets a snipe fire strike into the face of Kura, and this is going to be Mineski taking control of the payload there, as Alter Ego will try to regroup and then push as a group.
In terms of ult economy, Mineski does have the upper hand, mainly because there's going to be a Death Blossom, plus Jesse Vash is almost up for his Graviton Surge. Meanwhile, for Alter Ego, Graviton Surge as well, but that's going to be a defensive sound barrier.
Wow, Jesse Vash, look at that game sense, able to use a bubble onto Humi just to counter out the possible refrag or damage back that Nectar was trying to set up, and that Humi ultimate was able to get around, I believe, like 3 kills.
Man, that timing is amazing. Mainly because Instaz did not have a sound barrier available, and it's so fortunate for Mineski with that that Death Blossom combo. And
Fire at the will. I believe that is the Graviton Surge from Alter Ego. They're setting it up. Vitania shifting to the McCree, but here comes Calibog in the backside. Will not be able to activate his ultimate there. I heard a sound, but it was, I believe, flashbanged by Vitania. Nectar finishes off, and Mineski are on the retreat here. Props to Alter Ego there. Nice consecutive uses of CC just to shut down Calibog.
This is perfect for Mineski. If they try to delay this, it's going to be so less seconds for Alter Ego, and Calibog does have the Dragon's Blade, and that's going to be a nano boosted Calibog.
the lightning blade, as people say it, and he shuts down Vitania, as Vitania was also setting himself up with the Deadeye. Calibo with a double kill. Humi gets the one onto Nectar. Triple kill for the Calibo, but Kura does an amazing resurrect. They're keeping at least some of the members of Alter Ego alive, but it's not going to stop Mineski here. They're not going to phase Mineski at all. They're going to slap away with the hammers, with the revolver as well as the blade, and it's going to be Mineski shutting down Alter Ego with only one cap and 110 meters to boot.
Hot damn, Mineski is on fire, and the Nano Boost has a lot of options. They can put it to Super Locks, they can put it onto Khaled Bulk, they can put it to I believe that's
Humi. Yeah.
Humi. So there's a lot of options in terms of composition for Mineski. Meanwhile, for Alter Ego, again, I said there are certain situations where Vitania shines, where some of the members shine, but they shine as a team. So if they don't work in unison in terms of like combining their ultimates, I don't think their attack or defense at the moment, they're going to be on the defensive side right now, may not work. But I'm kind of curious, if Mineski is really good at defending, there are teams that are not consistent and they might fall also when they're on the attacking side. So let's see how Mineski does against Alter Ego now that they have switched their sides. If they're going to be doing it faster compared to Alter Ego, because they bought a lot of time. At the first point, Alter Ego managed to take it at around 1 minute left. So let's see if Mineski does better, or maybe they'll say maybe Alter Ego will manage to defend at the first point.
Yeah, I just feel like Mineski is beating Alter Ego, like he's already said, with their usage of ultimates. Of Alter Ego, they've been setting up. Nectar has been putting out decent Rocket Barrage. It has good impact, but maybe aside from Kura's great resurrections, it's Alter Ego not fully utilizing their damage output when these ultimates are up. Mineski, you saw there already, Calibok has been getting 2 to 3 kills almost always when he unleashes his blade, as well as Humi. And this is just shutting down Alter Ego every single time. And what I like about this the most is because Mineski don't actually use all of their ultimates at the same time. They're using it one after the other. So like consecutive pushes from Alter Ego will just be dealing with one ultimate Mineski, but that ultimate is enough to actually shut them down.
Exactly. Pharah's job is definitely not to kill, but give explosive damage. That's Vitania's job, to finish off the kills when they're super low and deal explosive damage as well on the low ground. So we'll see how they do on the defensive side. Khaled Bulk doing the flanking, trying to eliminate the Mercy at this point.
Superlux is very low though, and he does get taken down there. Looking onto Kura, and Khaled Bulk is trying to outmaneuver this flying Mercy. He has to go up into the inn and has to back away. Can he be able to get, or will he be able to get that heal? Nope. So Mineski here has to go for the retreat just for now, but Nectar is here in the front line looking at Jesse Vash. Jesse Vash might die here. Look at the projectiles hitting from Nectar. Almost taking down Jesse Vash, and Rocket Barrage is up.
So no Ana for Alter Ego. That's gonna be Zyra with a Nano Boost. Who is he gonna boost? Is it gonna be Khaled Bulk? And it looks like it is gonna be the Winston.
Superlux is on the back line. You can see here he's just charging down onto Instas. That is one healer down already. Kura's positioning is just phenomenal. He gets another resurrect, but Mineski, just knowing what's going to happen after that, puts down Jesse Vash with an ultimate and takes down a lot of the members of Alter Ego. The Alter Ego are trying to rush into the payload, but Mineski, I think they're going to be able to cap this, or will it be? You can see there it's very close. They're going to try to stop. Yes, they will. And Alter Ego are here. Hammer down comes from the Reinhardt, and Joy Boy is on the point. Superlux does have the Primal Rage, but from the silence, Vitania unleashes himself and gets a couple of kills. Superlux has to walk away.
Just a little more, and Mineski would have gotten that point. Looks like Alter Ego is still holding strong. Again, Kura, if that resurrection did not happen, if they eliminated Kura, Mineski would have taken that point already. Because of the delay that Kura's resurrection did, resetting the fight, that was so good to look at. And they should really be wary of Kura's positioning, or else that's going to happen again and again.
Nectar almost overextending there, and he did take the damage, and was actually healed by his supports. So Humi was able to capitalize and kill Nectar while he was up above. Now Mineski, yeah, they're going to be able to cap that point, or that payload rather, and be pushing it onto, what do you call this phase? The the siege phase, I guess, because it's like you're sieging a
The
castle,
castle.
right?
You're
Yeah.
going towards the castle part.
Castle siege.
The castle siege phase. And anyway, so let's see. Alter Ego gonna get high ground control there, standard positioning, but the problem is they don't have anyone to deal with, again, with Khaled Bulg, with Super Lux when he gets nano boosted, because it's not really a common thing. Okay, that's gonna be Graviton Surge.
Wow, Calibok is there. The shield from the Winston actually survived, making him survive for the longest time. Rumi gets a double kill, but again, Kura setting up a resurrect that brings back all of his teammates, so that impact play from Mineski being shut down by just one single target, though Mineski are still breezing through. Rumi gets a double kill, gets the shot down onto Joy Boy, and Zyril getting the beat down onto Vitania, and this gold rectangle or yellow rectangle, whatever you want to call it, is gonna be the grave for Alter Ego. You can see that Phantom as well as Nectar trying to get onto the point. Everybody just trying to breeze through. These are high mobility heroes being used by Alter Ego, but it's not gonna be enough. Earthshatter comes out from Joy Boy, but it's just too late. Neski take Eichenwald.
I'm just so wow, because no one is dealing with the healers of Mineski. It seems like Kura's efforts are going to waste because Mineski has really good ult management that they reserve for the Mercy ult. It doesn't matter if the Mercy is still alive for the resurrection. We're just gonna do the same thing, clean them all up one
Nice
after
skin,
another,
Kura.
mainly because they have all the cleanup ultimates that they can, which is there's gonna be the resurrection.
It really is a nice skin. Villain like Jaeger, like, yo, what?
Yeah, it is a nice
So
skin.
Jaeger, it's Jaeger.
Jaeger, sorry.
Shaker.
Okay, so
Wow. It's
I
like
just, yeah, that was so good. Humi, really, like there was this thing going out with Cloud Bulk. Every time he'd take out the Dragon Blade, everyone would change their attention to him because he's already they're seeing it already. It's like, oh my goodness, every time this guy pulls out his blade, he's getting kill after kill. So they all turn to him. They all pull out their ults. Humi has his Deadeye ready already, and he's just waiting for them to turn their attention so he can get the backline kill, and he gets 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 3 in a row, 4 in a row, and it's so good, so well played by Humi.
Yes, exactly. And Alter Ego tried to puncture the defensive matrix of Mineski bit by bit. But you know, dude, Super Luck and of course Khaled was just everywhere, just killing everyone.
Yeah.
Being a true ninja.
Yeah, that's true. No one was dealing with the healers of Mineski. No one is dealing with the DPS of Mineski as well. It was more like Khaled Bulg putting himself in a dangerous spot. That's why he dies. Everybody's just what Jaeger said. Everybody's focusing on Khaled Bulg, and then they're all just distracted. And then it's because you want to protect your healer. You want to protect your teammates. But then it doesn't work out so well, mainly because they're focusing too much on one target, and then everything just follows through for Mineski.
Yeah, speaking of focusing too much on one thing, it look at Alter Ego, they were like, okay, Kura can always make these really good resurrection plays, so let's just all stick together. Problem is, Mineski wipes them out, and then Kura resurrects, and then they are packed in onto this one spot where Justivash almost always would just drop down a Zarya ultimate, and then they would just wipe them for the second time, and then they would just always be at that one point. It's so weird to see Alter Ego not utilizing properly the whole of the second push of Eichenwald. You can actually position yourselves in all high ground, and then Mineski can't really collapse onto that, but then they kind of did, so it didn't look too good for, you know, the first map here for Alter Ego.
That's why it was the Winston pick was actually quite genius from Mineski, because they can just, you know, ruin the positioning of what do you call this, of Alter Ego at the top, and then Khaled Bulg will just climb up while, you know, while McCree is just climbing up the stairs manually. Then suddenly, okay, there are a lot of members here from Mineski on top, and then we're just all bunched up together.
Yeah.
It's not like there weren't any bad plays coming from Alter Ego.
Yeah.
Vitania did such a good tracer play. He got a lot of major kills at the beginning, but the only problem was that just, as you said, there are no answers because the healings are good, but I almost feel like the DPS don't need the healer. The DPS is way too strong. And it's like, okay, well, if we can take out the DPS, then what happens next? Well, the healers are still there, and they're still getting the heals onto the tank so they can still defend.
Yeah, and then we're proceeding to Mineski's map.
My favorite map,
Lijiang
Lijiang Tower.
So, you know what, maybe it's gonna be a switcheroo in terms of, you know, Alter Ego picks this is their best map, but then they lose at this. Mineski, this is their best map, but they'll lose. We'll never know. Look
Yeah.
like it's starting already. Who's gonna get the first control on the point? Who's gonna get that first kill so that they get a 5v6 in their hands in the field?
I think Legion Tower has one of the most teams who will pick a attacking Tracer just because there's so many, you know, shifty angles where you could just play well with the Tracer.
Yeah, where you
Bulk
just
there.
hide on behind the walls. And Winston is a pretty good pick, so you can push away people off the field, off the battlefield.
Yeah.
So Homie right now on a Tracer, doing really well at the moment, but Alter Ego seems like they have the first control of the
Kura,
map.
though, eats the whole bunch of bullets from that pulse pistols of Humi and gets shut down. Calibo follows up, and Alter Ego here are just rushing through one after the other.
So
oh, sorry.
It's gonna be a switcheroo.
Oh, Mineski
Mineski
is rushing through, and
Yeah, that is true. So it's Mineski on the red side. You know, the blue side is Alter Ego. So Mineski has the first point for themselves. They're doing a really good job, and I hear a nano boost on the Zarya and on
Jesse
the Lucio.
Vash
On the Lucio, actually.
surviving. This has happened for the second time. Is this a miscommunication, or are they really putting Joran in and attacking Lucio?
It might be one of those times where you want to power up someone and the Lucio suddenly speed boosts and jumps in front of you. It could be the case.
Oh, what? Umi was like dashing forward, but then he couldn't because he was in the Graviton Surge. That was so weird to look at.
Yeah, and looks like that Alter Ego with the retake, I mean on the the take on the point. They're doing a good job so far, but then again, Mineski with their response here. Vitania doing a really good job on this Tracer, but cannot deal with Super Lox's
Not
Winston.
good
Not enough.
Yeah, the zaps from the Winston weapon is just too strong. Nectar there does have at least the Winston barrier to work with, but Khaled is relentless. He is going to be able to escape. No, hold that thought. Khaled shuts him down, and this Winston from Alter Ego is doing the work. Khaled almost being pushed up to the sides. That's so close. And Alter Ego have taken this point as Vitania and the other members of Alter Ego were able to get the kills that they needed to be able to control against Mineski.
Yeah, Zyril on an Ana, almost with a nano boost again. Will probably nano boost either Super Lux or Khaled here, but Alter Ego will have two ultimates to work with, and that is a good Zenyatta pick, as they're going to be on their Zenyatta Lucio combo for this control in comparison to Mineski. That's going to be Super
Lux almost down, but gets healed back up, forces Vitania, and Khaled here on the side is nano boosted, gets a double, and Alter Ego, they're not keeping their eye on the prize. They're allowing this kind of like scattered push from Mineski to actually work with.
And they get the point with 4 ultimates available. So if Alter Ego decides to be very aggressive with only the Zenyatta ult 4 available for the offensive, that's going to be dangerous. So they're going to deny another attack. Zenyatta ultimate being used. Looks like Khaled will fall from Phantom.
I really want to see like they change Zenyatta's ultimate to be live when there's a die from...
Isn't that supposed to be Mercy?
I don't know. Could be, but then it...
Resurrection.
Oh.
Soldiers never live.
Alrighty, so Alter Ego's members are falling one by one, 89% already. Will this push to overtime? Vitania is alive, Jesse Vash as well on the point. A lot of members from Mineski are still alive, and Zyril will have his nano boost available as soon. And let's see though, Alter Ego trying their best to get as much time as they can.
Yeah, looking at the war chest of Alter Ego here, no ultimates to use at all, so they are just going on raw with this, with the mouse clicks only, as Mineski, actually Alter Ego, getting a sound barrier a little bit delayed there from Instas. Phantom gets a kill onto Humi, but is that going to be enough? I mean, Humi's a great damage dealer here from Mineski, but then if Jesse Vash as well as Khaled are still alive, they would be dealing the damage. Vitania here is doing the best that he can. He does get the kill onto Zyril, but Super Lux is a bit angry, has his Primal Rage. He's going to get pushed up, but survives as he does Booster Pack to land. And Super Lux trying to stick onto the point for as long as possible, just to at least contest the point, but Alter Ego will be able to control it, and Mineski are on the retake.
Vitania doing a really good job delaying Mineski and eliminating all the significant targets so that Mineski wouldn't have sustain at all. And now it's such a close fight here at our first map in Lijiang Tower, and that's gonna be Jesse Vash and Komi. Are we gonna see a big bang here?
Both Graviton Surges activated. Humi gets 1 kill off that Big Bang. Vitania getting an even better kill there with the double. Nectar to follow up, gets the kill onto Kaladbolg. Humi still here. Jesse Vash eating a lot of damage from Nectar, and that is gonna be it for the first part of Lijiang Tower. Nectar with a great Death Blossom ultimate.
Yeah, and before Alter Ego, really good performance in this map, clutching it actually. Maybe Mineski got a little bit excited there. It's actually a good confidence boost from the Icon Walled map, so maybe, you know, Mineski might have loosened up a bit, but as you can see, it's all about, you know, Alter Ego. Maybe they warmed up from Icon Walled and from this map, and maybe it's gonna be, we call this a topsy-turvy. Maybe Alter Ego, maybe we might see Game 3.
Yeah, could be. I'm actually looking at Superlux to maybe shift up his Winston to a Reinhardt. I do prefer his Reinhardt even more, but
True.
you know what? Mineski has a plan in mind. Alter Ego have their own, and Nectar will be playing on a Pharah here at this one. Concussive Blast on that side, but Mineski's not going to fall for that. They're going to go for the safer route on the inside of the building, so... But still, Nectar does found Mineski and puts quite a bit of damage, already at 22% with his ultimate.
Kaladbolg will be on his Genji once again. Nice reflect. That'll be a recall coming from Vitania, and Nectar will finish him off.
Humi's right here on the sides, trying to do backline damage, and in the point, it's gonna be a tug-of-war against Mineski, between Mineski and Alter Ego. He dunks it. Zyreal's not gonna be there anymore. Jesse Vash tries to cap the point just to delay a slightly bit, but not gonna be enough. Alter Ego get their first cap, and Mineski will try to work with this even without ultimates.
Great start from Alter Ego. Also sticking with the Mercy, so it's gonna be another clutch resurrection later on if Mineski does have their ultimates prepared, especially when Superlux does have his nano boost or Kaladbolg, so the cleanup will just get denied by that resurrection from Kura. You gotta find that Kura, of course.
Justice rains from above and making an easier target there with the Graviton Surge as well. Superlux a little bit too late to the party, and Nectar getting the quad kill for his team. Kaladbolg shutting out instas, but Joyboy immediately there to take revenge for his fallen comrade.
This is so working for Alter Ego's favor. Mainly, they only expended 1 ult there. That's the Rocket Barrage, and a lot of ults still on the table for the defensive side. So Mineski might have a hard time. They have to execute it properly, especially with Kaladbolg's Dragon's Blade. I'm not quite sure if that's going to be good because the sound barrier from Instaz is available, so that's going to be denied. And there's going to be the Dragon's Blade and sound barrier.
Dragon's Blade, sound barrier, and nano boost to boot. They are just boosting Kaladbolg to be the leading frontman here for Mineski, and he gets himself the double. Humi to follow up, gets slapped away by Joyboy, but Humi is on the point. He still has full HP. Joyboy is in a world of hurt. That shotgun is just too powerful. He has to back away. And Mineski will be able to cap the point. Vitania's doing the best that he can to at least delay this push from Mineski. And here comes Nectar as well as Kura. This is the duo combo, but Humi unleashes his ultimate, gets a triple, and Mineski still not able to take the point. This is going to be pushed to Alter Ego for overtime, and Jesse Vash is here, does have the ultimate, but will his teammates actually follow up onto him? I don't think that's going to be the case though. They're still pretty far off, but Mineski somehow are able to get the point when 99% is by Alter Ego.
Again, remember, Alter Ego still has the resurrection on the table, so they have to be careful, even though if they expend their ults and wipe, and that's going to be a Graviton Surge, Instaz, Phantom, everybody from Alter Ego falls, and that's going to be Kura with the resurrection once again.
Justice reigns from above. This is an uncontested ultimate there coming from Nectar, but doesn't get any kills. Kaladbolg has his ultimate yet up again. He's going for 1. Can he get the second? He's looking at Joyboy right now, but Joyboy is zapping him as well as Vitania. Or sorry, as well as Phantom, and Vitania does finalize the kill. Jesse Vash is here on the side, no ultimate for him, and Alter Ego are trying to push for the payload, who will be defending nobody. Jesse Vash is going to try to at least force himself into the point, but the Graviton Surge will halter him for a couple of seconds. Humi is still here, using the Tracer just to boost himself onto the point. And overtime is still here for Mineski. They are trying frantically to get this point back, but Alter Ego are still in the point. Activates his sound barrier there for Instaz. At least having a lot of health to work with. Zyril puts down a good biotic grenade, heals up the whole of Mineski there. But oh, he gets sticked with the pulse bomb from Britannia, and here comes Nectar activating a rocket barrage that shuts down Mineski. Jesse Vash is right here on the side, but that concussive blast slapping him into the tower. Not inside it, just outside it, so no contest there. And Alter Ego get 2-0.
I felt like the Dragon's Blade could have been expended somewhere else. I mean, on Khaled-Bolg's side. He focused too much on the healer, which is not wrong. But then I felt like the Resurrection was already used, so maybe it could have been on a different target, maybe on a DPS, just so that they can lighten up the pressure for Mineski, so that they can push further, they can eliminate targets more, because it seems like maybe it wasn't one of... I think he tunneled vision too much. I guess it was difficult at that point because everybody else has sound barriers, so it was the squishiest that they could take at that point. So I guess it's understandable.
Mineski, I think they have to put Humi in a McCree hero now. Just having that flashbang and Deadeye, plus he's a really good shot, so you never know, it could work for them, but they're gonna stick with him on the Tracers. This is what it's feeling like. You know, Alter Ego, you really have to give it to Britannia as well as Nectar, putting a lot of good ultimates there in these tight corners and making all these important frags for Alter Ego.
Yeah, Mineski really sticking with their Ana at this point, mainly because they're putting it on Super Lock sometimes, or Khaled-Bolg. Khaled-Bolg this time around is going to be on a Reaper compared to his Genji earlier from the second map of Lijiang Tower. Kura has been really key for the past few maps at Lijiang, and he's going to be on the Zenyatta this time around, not on the Mercy. And he has been doing a really good job, but he'll fall down from Humi.
Kura finally shut down there for Mineski, and he has been the pillar that Alter Ego actually using to be able to get all of these amazing sustainabilities in the fights. He's been putting quite a bit of, like I said, good resurrects, as well as when he's against Zenyatta, his tranquilities are just stopping the push of Mineski here.
Yeah, that is true. And looks like Mineski for the second time they're gonna be actually no, it's gonna be Alter Ego that again does have the first advantage, but 12% at least, that's gonna help them. That's going to be a sound barrier, and I hear a Death Blossom. Joy Boy will fall down from Humi, and he's going to be in a comfortable spot. No one's pressuring him, actually, and that's going to be a Tranquility, Transcendence being used by the Zenyatta. He's going to find a Vial for heal, just for more sustain, and two members from Mineski falls down. Meanwhile, Alter Ego still lives. They're focusing on Kura. Kura will fall down. Humi doing all the work here.
Doing all the work indeed, but is Mineski able to follow him to victory, follow him to get that point, or to save that point rather, as Alter Ego recap it for their team. You really have to give it there to Kura. He countered Khaled-Bolg's ultimate there. Jesse Vash activates. Oh, this could be the big bang! But no kills there for Mineski, not able to capitalize. But is it enough? Super Lux, nice kill there onto Instas, but Nectar is doing quite a bit of work there in the backline as well.
And look at that, Mineski falling one by one. Also Alter Ego as well. It's all up to Jorun. Now he survives, speeds boost the rest of his teammates that are from the spawn point. But then in terms of ultimate, Super Lux will have his Primal Rage soon. It seems like they haven't been doing explosive big bangs just yet, like really significant ult combos, and it doesn't turn around the fight. So it's all Homie just trying to distract and slowly DPSing and make them fall, but it's not working at this point.
Nectar was able to put out a Death Blossom that allows Humi and the rest of Alter Ego to maybe have followed up, but Mineski are getting these solo kills, and it's actually working out well for them. Britannia having his own ultimate there at 2 HP, won't be able to put down. No, he's just going to save it for the next fight. But 89% if Mineski loses this, one more push maybe, or none at all, and Alter Ego will be able to win the second map.
Mineski will buy some more time because Sound Barrier is not available, but they have to watch out for Phantom's Graviton Surge. And I feel like Alter Ego will combo it with Britannia's Pulse Bomb again, so they have to scatter and make sure that they're not going to be the casualties like
Khaled-Bolg. He was just sticking at the sides, and he gets a huge momentum boost there for Mineski, keeping them the point as well as a team kill, I believe.
Yes, that is a team kill. 75% for Mineski, and they have Homie's Pulse Bomb for more damage, just for more cleanup. Or if ever they do not manage to take a kill, at least keep them dispersed. Alter Ego does have ultimates to work with, especially Zenyatta. They gotta watch out for that.
And Humi is here, put the sidelines, Kura activating his tranquility just to keep his teammates topped off. But when that puts down, Mineski are gonna be unleashing Jesse Vash's ultimate there, as well as Humi's. This could be the Big Bang that they are looking for, and Humi gets a 2-kill Big Bang ultimate there. But Superlux is with the Nano Boost. And he is pushing everybody away. Alter Ego, I think Vitania is the only one left standing here.
Oh wow, Vitania trying his best to live for the team, and that is gonna be Mineski taking the third point.
Just FYI, if you see a Winston with a nano boost, it's called a nano banana. Okay.
Oh, I was about to ask, what do you call
Nano
a nano
banana.
boosted Winston? It's a nano banana. Interesting.
Banana banana.
Nano banana.
That's a bit of a mouthful, but
And that
pertaining to
portion
that
is brought to you by Jaeger.
Nano Banana.
Nano Banana. In stores near you.
Nectar was actually able to put out his ultimate, the Death Blossom, at the final point, but then Mineski scattered and then just set up 2 quick ultimates with Jesse Vash on his Graviton Surge, and Humi finally getting a good Pulse Bomb. I mean, a couple of Pulse Bombs came out in that fight, and then he wasn't able to capitalize on any of it, except for that last one.
Yeah, Alter Ego seems to really not respect. They keep grouping up, and it keeps happening again and again. And they're not the
Nectar.
type to like go in different entrances just to distract some people. But then, yeah, Jesse Vash, every time they go group up, it's always timing. The Graviton Surge is available. So let's see though. Mineski gets picked off. 2 people will fall down early on. Let's see who will get the first control. It is gonna be Alter Ego.
That was not good. Calibog did not expect Vitania, or rather Nectar, to actually win that duel immediately right off the bat. The headshot on those shotguns are too real for him. And Alter Ego are almost going to be having the Pulse Bomb. And while Mineski still far off from any of their ultimates, maybe just the Pulse Bomb of Fumi.
Nicely done heals coming from Zyril from afar for Palatbull, but he will fall down. It won't be enough. And Homie will fall down as well. So Mineski, all their attacks seems to not work. They might be waiting for their ultimates to be charged.
Fire at will there, activated by Jesse Vash. Jair puts out a offensive Biotic Grenade, but aside from that, Mineski not getting anything. Alter Ego gets the point. This is the first part of Legion Tower where Alter Ego got their first point, and they're trying to replicate that one as we go to the 4th point here for both teams.
Yeah, 50%
Overall.
more or less for Alter Ego. That's going to be a Nano boosted Calibol, but Zenyatta Transcendence just for the counter. And that's going to be a Graviton Surge as well. Where's the Death Blossom? He goes Wraith form, and everybody else is just going to be in the clear. And Nectar will respond with a Death
God,
Oh,
Calibog! 6K on his Death Blossom. Alter Ego put out a good one with Nectar, but Calibog was able to capitalize. Alter Ego didn't think Calibog would unleash himself, but he did, and he clutched it for Mineski.
Really good play from Mineski there. And Superlux does have his Primal Rage, that there's still ults to work on for the defense, but they're still starting. And it's going to be dangerous if they let Alter Ego take this one, because they have already 64% on the table. Homie drops the Pulse Bomb, will not get anyone, and Vitania and Nectar will kill people from Mineski. 3 fall down.
Mineski there thought that they had the upper advantage already. I mean, Calibog got a good 6K there with his ultimate, but the problem is they tried to fight Alter Ego at the entrance. They should have just stick back to the point and maybe have, you know, stapled themselves there and put Alter Ego in a much more precarious situation rather than just that. Nectar trying to set up, gets pushed back, well, by Instas.
Yeah, it would actually be more
Rather by
beneficial.
Joran, yeah.
Beneficial for the Winston with the Primal Rage if they all stuck in that point. Because it's so easy to just scatter and go away when you're in an open space. So it will be quite confusing for Superlux, or even try to push people away
they
from
can't
the
go
point.
to the point. Yeah, it's gonna be Alter Ego here for the second map.
So it happened. The
Reverse sweeps.
The reverse.
The switcheroo, as
The
you called it.
switcheroo. Yeah, it happened. So who's gonna get play of the game? Probably Kalbolg. Yeah, with that
6K.
yeah 6K with a team kill there.
Look at that. Nobody from Alter Ego actually noticed him until the final point, and then they were like, oh no.
Yep, not even not even nano boosted, just plain vanilla Death Blossom.
So you call it Vanilla Blossom?
Vanilla Blossom.
Sounds like a
Sounds
song.
like an ice cream flavor.
Yeah. Actually, on the first point, they pick almost the same heroes except Zerial and Kura with the Ana and the Zenyatta. It's like it's all about how good are you on killing heroes. It's all about how good are you on executing all your strategies and plans.
Yeah, that's true. So we're gonna see a game 3. So just as we suspected, I believe the next map is gonna be
Hollywood?
Oh, memory.
Dorado.
There you go.
Memory, please.
Actually, yeah, it looks like Alter Ego has fixed their King of the Hill weakness. That was a pretty dominant display, except for that on the one map where Mineski took that. That was just good game. That was a good game from Mineski. They've actually done really well on that King of the Hill. It was a lot better than I thought they would. The last game I saw them do actually was Legion Tower, and they did not win it. So well played by Alter Ego.
Yeah, Vitania did a lot of work there. Also, Kura's heals and resurrections are really spot on. Really helped, coming from the first game, really helped give them a confidence boost. Definitely.
Yeah. It felt like Mineski were they felt forced to actually make something happen on that last point, or that last part of the map, wherein they just tried to, how do you call this, like...
Choke them all in one area when they were
like
pouring
spawn
in from
kill,
the
but then it was
entrance.
after the spawn, I mean, something like that. And Alter Ego were able to capitalize. Mineski kind of scattered after Alter Ego just pushed through and had the Winston with the Zarya bubble, and then it kind of faltered, and they didn't have enough time to just get back to the point because it was 89%, and then it just capped really quickly. Mineski could not react fast enough, and it just kind of fall off for them.
Yeah, and well played by Kalbolg as well, getting like the first ace that we've seen
Yeah.
by himself. That was very well done. We've seen a lot of team kills when it's always a group effort. It'll be like 4 kills to one person, then 2 to like a support and whatever DPS is left. But this time it was 1 Reaper and it was 6 people, and he took them all out. So
I mean, Humi was there, but then Humi was just...
Jordan was also there with a heal, but then
He was just looking
it
at
was the cleanup for Kalbolg, for everybody.
For everybody, but then
That's the definition.
In addition to what you said, most of the team kills we've witnessed are nano boosted Reapers with a bubble, a Zarya bubble. But that one was just, again, vanilla.
Kalbolg Carnage.
So you're naming things now. It's alright. So we're moving to Dorado,
Sorry,
guys.
you can hear me flatlining on that as I breathe into the microphone, as I sigh in response to that terrible, terrible thing.
Ouch. That was mean.
It's cool. We're all cool here. Anyway, it's gonna be Dorado and Alter Ego gonna be on the defending side, and again, Kura on a Mercy. That's
Finally, they put Humi on a McCree.
It's gonna be problematic, and I feel like it's the perfect anti-Mercy as well, because you can, whenever you see a Mercy fly towards the souls of the dead, you can actually just go flashbang, or because it takes a millisecond or a few seconds for the animation to finish, so at least you can flashbang or just headshot or whatever, and it's gonna be a-okay just in case, so they can anticipate Kura's flying from a hidden direction or position.
Humi's gonna be on an offensive far. I thought it was gonna be on a McCree. This is gonna be a first for Mineski here at MGA. But the payload is gonna be pushed, and Alter Ego are gonna be defending on high ground.
Yes, that is correct. So no mercy for them. They're gonna be working with a standard Pharah here, and they're gonna take high ground control, and that's gonna be a Winston trying to disrupt their position, and Kalbolg with a flank, but gets denied by Vitania.
Oh, that was some miscommunication there, I believe, by Mineski. You saw that Kalbolg followed up with Superlux, and Superlux was supposed to be the distraction while Kalbolg like sneaks past through the big beast with him. But Superlux dropped down, and Kalbolg was like, I'm all alone this one.
Yeah, that's true. Or Alter Ego is very aware of Mineski's strategy and just watches out for flanks from Kalbolg, since it's one of his favorite heroes, I guess. And Kalbolg doing the flanking once again will eliminate one healer from their side, and he's still being healed by his teammates. Really good job, and 3 will fall from Alter Ego, and that turns into 4. Joy Boy will fall as well. And they're going to be taking the second point after the second attempt for their attack.
That was great. The consecutive kills for Mineski there. I thought Kura would have been able to set up possibly a resurrect. I'm not sure if I saw him had the resurrect when they died, but then Humi, when Calabo was doing the front line work, he was able to shut down Kura before he could actually, you know, resurrect his team.
Yeah, just remember here for Mineski, they've done it again and again. Even though Kura resurrects is successful, they still manage to clean it up. And whoever manages to clean it up will be Cloudbolt with the Dragon's Blade, and I hear Dragon's Blade.
Dragon's Blade Indy with the Nano Boost, the Nano Blade. I don't think that's like a good name for it, but Calabo gets the one kill, almost shutting down the enemy Zarya. Now finding Farah up on top in the skies. He's going to be trying to get that with Humi's help, and will he do so? I think he reflected a rocket in the face of Nectar.
That could be the case, and looks like Mineski is in a very comfortable spot. Keeps pushing the payload with ultimates available in their arsenal, so they're not expending too much on this push. It almost seems like they're just gonna press that Q once they're in trouble. It's gonna be dead eye.
No! Farah! He could have killed Nectar there in one single go, but he still does. Nectar tries to peek him and gets punished heavily by the Deadeye. So that's one damage dealer out and about, or down and out for Alter Ego there. And Mineski are still on the push, but at the same time, you do hear that Phantom putting out Graviton Surge, was able to set up with Vitania, and Phantom getting a triple kill with Vitania's Death Blossom. So even if Nectar did go down, Alter Ego were still able to get control of the payload.
After attack and attack coming from Mineski, Alter Ego finally managed to regain their composure and deny that snowball payload push. But then, if I think about it, Kura hasn't used her resurrection just yet, mainly because every time they do a cleanup, Kura just manages to die. It's so hard to be under pressure with Calibulg just flanking without any sound barrier whenever he does pull off his attack. And it seems like there's no one there to protect her every time that Q pops. So let's just see, for Alter Ego, only one, and then that make it two casualty, and Kura will not press that Q again. That's gonna be a
Calibulg's so
bubble.
angry. I thought he was gonna be using his Dragon's Blade there, but no.
Yeah, that's going to be reserved for the next clash. And that's Nectar eliminating Homie. And he still does have his Rocket Barrage and trying to zone the members of Mineski. So they will push Mineski away from the payload. Will this be an elimination for the Lucio? Guess not. And they will defend another day.
Oh, that could have been better for Nectar there, but still able to push out his opponents. They really don't like this about Mineski, is that they're trying to play Alter Ego's game. They're not shifting up anything. Humi got a good ultimate there, but nothing yet, though. I think Mineski are going to try to mix it up. They're going to try to look for the opposing high ground, and they have Calibulg as well as Zyra with ultimates up as well, alongside Humi and Joran. And Calibulg is here. Oh no! That hurts! Swatting the fly with an electric fly swatter. I don't know.
That's a nice name for the Dragon's Blade, I suppose, but that's going to be hammered down from Joy Boy. Will pin down the Ninja. He's going to fall down as well. Homie and all the DPS from Mineski falling like dominoes, and that's Nectar being the star player from Alter Ego, creating pressure, creating kills for their team. That's Zyril and no healer from Mineski, and that's still the attacking side, the opposing strike, trying to hold on to the payload sound barrier, so that's extra defense for Alter Ego.
Sound barrier there being used by Instance, as he thought that Mineski was going to be able to regroup as a whole. Vitania being spotted out here by Calibulg, and
yeah, 1 minute on the clock though for Mineski. They have little ultimates to work on. That's 10% Super Lux, Joran as well, halfway there to the sound barrier, but they have to combo it properly, at least with Calibulg and Jesse Vash, knowing that the sound barrier has already been used. This is Mineski's opportunity, but the Rocket Barrage might be the deny that Mineski should be wary for, or watch out for rather, and Kura as well with the Resurrection.
Nectar able to use his Rocket Jump there with a concussive blast just to spot out Mineski, and he's trying to go aggressive from up above, but gets shut down by Humi. Nectar a little bit too over-aggressive there. This could be the fight that Mineski are looking for. 5v6, they set it up for Humi, gets a second kill, third kill on the Joy Boy there, but Kura is just too good with the ultimate, but from the sidelines, you can see that Humi is still doing the best that he can. Vitania almost setting up a huge Jet Blossom there, but not enough as Superlux puts him down with the Earth Shatter as well. Justice rains from above, but he is a one-man army here. Nectar is trying to do the best that he can with the flight advantage that the Pharah has, but still cannot do so. Now Superlux is here. He spots out the opposing Phantom, but as well as Instas and Vitania, though Kalabok is going a little bit wild in the backside. Gets another kill for his team. Kura finally shut down, and Mineski are able to get the second point. So they were pushed into overtime, and they're gonna have a little bit of clock time to work with, as 1 minute and 20 is left onto the clock.
What a clutch
Timer.
from Mineski. I really thought that would be just, 1 point for Mineski on the attacking side, but Alter Ego, despite, again, the really good resurrection from the Mercy and expending, making Mineski force out an ult or two, it did not work out so well.
Kalabog. If he can get the kill onto Kura here, this could be huge. But Mineski are gonna get startled a little bit as Alter Ego drop down. Humi's in no good position there. It's taken out by Phantom, and Nectar is topped up already. Phantom is getting quite a bit of kills on his Zarya. And looking at the ultimates for Alter Ego, Joy Boy and Phantom as well do have it. Though Mineski's side, only Superlux with the ultimate.
As long as Mineski tries to poke and tries to heal for the healers, I'm pretty sure they can get their ults in time, because that's more or less 30 seconds left on the clock. Alter Ego does have their defensive skills open, and that's going to be the Graviton Surge being used. Homie will fall down. 2 members from Mineski that make that 3, and Nectar is in a comfortable spot, scaring away the rest of the members coming from Mineski. That's 10 seconds left, and this might be 2 points for Mineski. No one's near the point.
Superlux only got one with his hammer down, but he has the nano boost, and he will try to stick to the payload for as long as possible, buying time for Mineski here. And Jesse Vash was able to put the bubble just to mitigate some of the damage from Nectar's ultimate, but Nectar still gets a triple kill. He goes in for the quadra, but Phantom will get it, that one. Still, will Mineski be able to stick to the payload and push it to overtime, as Humi as well as Kalabok are trying to do the best that they can. Humi's already shut down, as well as Kalabok. This could be it. Mineski are down, and Alter Ego 2-1 against Mineski will be going to our semifinals tomorrow.
Smart choice by Alter Ego to change from Mercy to Ana, so that they will be able to counter the rest of the Ana pick as well.
I was a bit too hyped. They're still gonna switch.
Yeah, they're still gonna switch.
You were like, what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
they're still gonna
hyper. I was feeling a little hyper, guys.
Alrighty, so anyway, back to what I was saying. So instead of the Mercy, they went for the Ana. At least they could shut down a rampaging Reinhardt if they wanted to do a last-minute overtime again, just like what they did for the second point. So really smart switch from Alter Ego, and that is just scary for Alter Ego when they put Kura on an Ana as well, mainly because Nectar is a scary Reaper, and Vitania can be a scary Tracer, but it looks like they're gonna be going for a McCree Reaper this time around. Maybe they still have a chance to switch though. So for Mineski, oh, there it is, Jesse Vash on a Mei. So finally we see a Mei in this series. Finally.
Yeah, he's not going to be playing the Zarya though, and Calibol shifting up to the Roadhog. So this is going to be Mineski trying to play the burn away game, I would think. Like, they're going to look for the hooks on Calibol, and then Jesse Vash just to use the Ice Walls to delay as much time as possible against Alter Ego here. But Alter Ego already going to play with Instas on a Soldier 76.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, Lucio is still pretty important if you want to rush, keep rushing and catch the Mei off guard and try to dodge those hooks with the speed boost.
So Mineski still has a shot here to push it into sudden death, or even if they can shut down Alter Ego right immediately off the bat, win this best of 3.
Yeah, mainly their strategy is to buy some time here at the first point, since it's quite difficult to get past this funnel. Even though there are a bunch of entrances that you can use for this point, it's still that arc point that's quite difficult to get past. Alter Ego will go standard 2-2-2, so we'll see how this pans out for them. Mineski, Jesse Vash not on Azaria anymore. No Graviton Surge this time around, but there's going to be a whole hog to push them away. So they detect that they're going to be going through the other entrance, and they will funnel through at this point right here.
Hook gonna be up in another second. Will he be able to hit this second one? No. Calibog not connecting these pickoffs that he wants to happen already. The Alter Ego are starting to actually push the payload already away from the Arch. So that's going to be huge for Alter Ego. No more choke point for them. And they get 3-4 kills immediately against Mineski. Superdogs is here, but he's going to get overwhelmed immediately as he had no teammates to work with. Mineski, at least they have the Blizzard as well as Zyril's Nano Boost.
That is a quick take from Alter Ego. So Mineski obviously having a hard time. First attack from Alter Ego, they succeed right away and have a lot of ults to work with. Normally, people expend their ults already on the first point, but not Alter Ego. They have 4 in their arsenal and 5 incoming with when Instas does have his sound barrier on. And normally, this is the hard part to, supposedly one of the hard part to take, but looks like they're, Alter Ego is breezing through it.
Drop down, and there's the combo by Mineski, but you can see there Nectar was just waiting from the sidelines. Jesse Vash just get the kill on Sakura, and Zyro shuts down Nectar. But Visitania on his McCree, still alive, he can still deal the damage, and that is what Alter Ego are betting on, and he does. And Alter Ego are still up with a highly charged Zarya there as well. This could be fatal as they already are on the second point, and lots of time to work with if they actually are able to cap this one and push it to the last one.
Lots of time to work with, plus lots of ults to work with compared to Mineski. They're just still trying to ramp up their percentages, and that's going to be Joy Boy with a nano boost, and he's gonna get stunned by the McCree, and that's an Earth Shatter as to Jesse Vash. Only one target, but that's an important target for the side of Mineski. A lot of people are falling down through and through. Even Kura getting a kill onto Calibog. That's gonna be the second point for Alter Ego. They make it so easy.
Yeah, they're so confident right now, and they're using their ultimates consecutively well. Nano boost, and then Joy Boy was able to set up a good one, even if he was delayed for like a second or two. Still puts out an Earth Shatter that kind of split out Mineski, even if they don't get the CC. It's the zone that they want, and they are just thriving in these scattered positions that they can just pick off Mineski one after the other. Humi's there. Jesse Vash is sticked up with his McCree. This is what I'm talking about. They can flex with Jesse Vash to be on this DPS, and he is carrying a little bit Mineski with the shift. But let's see, as that rectangle is so close with the payload. One fit push, and it's gonna be it.
Okay, that is Mineski living and defending another day. And it seems that Jesse Vash already switching to the McCree. Let's see if this is gonna be one of those things where, you know what, Alter Ego's breezing through point 1 and point 2, and then Mineski will clutch it, but it looks really slim. It looks really bad for Mineski right now, because that is a point that is hard to defend. It's gonna be, it'll take a miracle, because Alter Ego has a lot of time to work with. All they have to do is just chain their ults properly, wait for the ults, and just combo them perfectly in terms of execution. That's gonna be Homie with
Jesse Vash with the backstab. This could be huge. Only gets the one, but still, they do take control of the point. Phantom gets the kill onto Jesse Vash there, but Calibog is still here. He almost has his ultimate up. Phantom takes him down, and no, Mineski are almost down. Who is the one-man defending? Get make that two. It's gonna be the supports, but they're so squishy. Joy Boy gets the one. Phantom gets the second one, and this could be it. They shift up to the Diva, but still not gonna be enough, and it's gonna be Alter Ego winning against Mineski. What a play from Alter Ego there.
It's because you jinxed it, mate.
Really good job from Alter Ego. I mean, the first game, obviously, it was sort of messy, but then they picked themselves up, did a 2-1 against Mineski, even on their best map as well. So really good performance. So Sharpshooter, I believe this was the last point when he was on high ground. Yes, with all the headshots, nobody was putting pressure on him. That's why he's able to do all those kills. But yes, congratulations to Alter Ego. So I believe they'll be facing Detonation?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tomorrow, maybe.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Alright, so Mineski tried to execute different strategies. They tried to pass different entrances, but the aerial superiority of Nectar with that fire just too good, just denying all the possible pushes of Mineski in that game.
Well, we saw what happened on the first map on Iconval. That was Alter Ego's pick. And Mineski, they went for the Genji defense, and that worked just so well. You could see it during the initial push coming up from Alter Ego in that last round. You could see Cloud Bolg on the Roadhog looking into the air, waiting for a Pharah to come around. I'm pretty sure that's what that was. And the Pharah didn't come out, but they didn't switch it up at all. And they should have stayed. I feel like they should have maybe tried to switch back to that Genji build they had, because that Genji defense, the best defense is a good offense. If they're good at it, then they can capitalize on it, and they could have done. I feel like they could have done much better, but well played by Alter Ego. They really did well.
Yeah, I do agree with you. And even though Khaled was on a Roadhog pick, I did not see any key hooks connecting at all. So the Roadhog pick wasn't really working for them, and it just spilled throughout the first point onto the second for Alter Ego.
Yeah, that final breath for Mineski to defend was almost good, but Alter Ego had enough damage, had enough ultimates to work with, and of course Mineski, they panicked. They had no more time. They had to keep sticking to the payload. And even if they were buying quite a bit of time with like 2-3 supports, even the Diva, to stick on the payload, when they couldn't regroup on that payload enough in time, all Alter Ego had to do was pick them off one at a time, and then that was it.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, yeah, as you said, the Roadhog play from Cloud Bolg, it's been said before when Himsy was playing, it's if you are missing those hooks, you are not going to win. If you are hitting at least 90% of those hooks, you are definitely going to win. Because those hooks are such a game changer. You are not going to survive those hooks.